This is an epidemic that nobody's talking about. It's about young men destroying their lives. It's not drugs, it's not gambling, it's not violence, it's not gangs, it's laziness, it's being complacent. This is something that nobody wants to talk about. Everybody's constantly on their phones, on their TikTok, on their Instagram, scrolling up and down and learning what? They're learning nonsense. They're looking at somebody else's lifestyle, possibly comparing it to themselves. But if you want to use that TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, you can actually use it to your benefit and actually improve your head, your mind, your thought, and looking at people, for instance, like Ashton Hall, like Patrick Bet-David. They may be controversial, but there's a lot of good things that they actually talk about. If you want to use social media, at least use it to your benefit. Men today, they're super disconnected from reality. And one of the reasons is actually what I was just saying. It's about social media. They have no goals, they have no structure, they have no purpose. And if you want your reality to be connected again, those are the few things that you got to do. You got to have a set of purpose. You got to have a set of goals. You got to have a set of destinations that you want to get to. And this goes for everybody, people who are in school, people who are not in school. What am I passionate about? What actually makes enough money that I love to do? What industry can I get into? I mean, today everybody's talking about AI, right? Well, guess what? Computer science is being one of them. Companies like Meta, companies like Apple, companies like Google, people are getting contracts for tens of millions of dollars. They're being compared to athletes nowadays. Why? Because they know the AI space like no other. Why do you think these people get so much money? Because they simply had a goal. Their goal was to become something. Their goal was to become an expert at something. And most likely their goal was to be the best at something. That's the reason they're getting paid millions of dollars. If you are in college and you have a major, possibly you don't like it, why don't you switch your major and have a specific goal going into something else? You maybe want to do business. Maybe you want to start a business. When I was in college, I was doing my undergrad degree. I was on my way to law school. I took my LSAT. My friend called me up. He said, hey, I have a business idea. Do you want to do it? I said, as long as I make enough money like an attorney, it doesn't matter what I do. That's exactly what we did. We ventured out. We started our medical transportation company. And here we are 15 years later, 100 plus employees, 40 plus vans, covering the largest part of Southern California and one of the biggest companies in Los Angeles. But we had a vision, and that's exactly what you need. That's what people are lacking today. Another reason why young men are in this epidemic is because of lack of mentorship. Men need men to teach them what to do. They need men from real experiences, from real past, from real making money, from real working out, from real discipline. We constantly preach about and talk about working out, right? Everybody thinks it's actually for your health. It's for you to, be physically strong, but actually not. That's not what it's about. It's because of discipline. If you have the discipline of working out, then most likely you're going to have the discipline of starting a business. And when you start a business, you can have a discipline of actually constantly working and not be lazy, not be complacent. You might have a discipline of something else. You might have a discipline of going to school and doing your homework and getting good grades and possibly going and getting your master's degree and your PhD and so on and so forth. That's what this is about. This is the epidemic younger men are going through. If you're in the age group from anywhere from 16 to 20 years old, you got to concentrate on that discipline. Something else our modern society is dictating younger men is to be very emotional, to constantly complain and be unhappy about their situations. This is actually the quite opposite that needs to happen. You should never complain. You should never be unhappy of your situation. Whatever situation you are in, there is always a way out. Doesn't matter if you're coming from a bad background, from a bad family, bad neighborhood. It's your choice. It's your choice for you to get out of it. If you have bad parents, may be very unfortunate. If you live in a bad neighborhood, that's also unfortunate, but be different. In order for you to change something, you got to be different. You can't be the same. Everybody in that neighborhood is going to be the same. Therefore, that neighborhood may be bad. But if you're the only one thinking in a different way, have a different vision, have a different direction, that you are going to be the one getting out of that neighborhood. You are going to be the example in that neighborhood for everybody else to look after and look out to become something like you. Emotion is great. All of us are emotional, but you as a man, you are a leader. You're a beacon of light. You are the person who's going to lead your family all the way to the future to make sure that family that you grew up in that wasn't so fantastic, you make sure it becomes one. If you're a young man and you're watching this, I want to tell you, you're not weak. You're not broken. You're not hopeless. All you need is very few things for your life to change. You need discipline. You need mentors. You need routine. You need goals. And if you continue doing all of those things, your life, I promise you, is not only going to change, but people's lives around you are going to change. People will be proud of you. Your dad will be proud of you. Your mother will be proud of you. That is something so important that people don't take into consideration. Fight with yourself. Don't fight with anybody else. Prove to yourself. Don't prove to anybody else. You are your only biggest enemy. And the moment you realize that, and the moment you fight your enemy every single day to become a better version of yourself, that's going to be the end of this epidemic. If you want to venture out this video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you are looking for a mentor, I'm here to help you in every single way possible.